How's everyone doing today? Shank up here right here, and today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin price and where it's heading. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so everything in this video is just for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's dive right into the chart. Alright guys, so I just want to take a look at the fear and greed index for Bitcoin. So right now we can see, again, if we look at bottoms of Bitcoin's price, normally the fear that we're at right now is normally the fear that signifies bottoms. But we want to keep in mind that even though that is true, when we had the bear market here, fear was at 23 and we came up and then, had a further drop. So you want to keep that in mind, even the 2018 bear market here. So normally historically, when fear is this low, we normally have a move up and it signifies a bottom, right? So you can see here, 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 and here. Not saying that we can't go lower, but the reward versus risk, we have a good reward just looking on the fear and greed index. So let's look at first. I wanted to take you guys to the Bitcoin chart. I want to take you to this Bitcoin chart. So I want to take you guys to this Bitcoin chart. So if you remember, we've been charting this Wyckoff accumulation on the daily time frame. And last week we broke out and we were anticipating a hold here, but obviously it did not hold. But what's interesting is we broke back to the bottom of this pattern here that was formed in our Wyckoff accumulation. So this is a bullish pattern, and currently we have a bullish divergence, right? So we currently have a bullish divergence, and so this is a hidden bullish divergence. So normally with hidden bullish divergence, it indicates the price is going to be continuing the trend that it's in. So we're currently in an uptrend after this pullback. So normally it indicates that we're going to be heading higher on hidden bullish divergence. We're anticipating that we at least hold here. If not, we do have support zones. If the bulls don't hold here, we have support here. We have more support down here. And then we can look over here and see support zones down in the 29 region, right? So, so for this bullish divergence to not be valid, we'd have to actually make a lower low here. So we'd have to break under the 37.5. But so this is a strong trend line. So hopefully we do hold this bullish and move forward and break up into back into continue our Wyckoff accumulation. So it was very interesting that we got rejected here off this 200-day moving average, which again, 200-day moving average is very important. And I'm sure you can see now that these moving averages and these lines are not imaginary. They're valid, but you have to learn how to anticipate and read them. Okay, so let's look at the USDT dominance. All right, so like we were saying in the videos and on my Twitter, that we were expecting some. Let me go into the daily time frame. That not completely a reversal, but at least some tension here, as this was a support zone that we saw in the USDT dominance. So it was a support zone, and we actually came all the way up. I was anticipating maybe we get rejected here and come further down, because that was a zone of resistance and support. But we've headed all the way up here almost right now, testing this trend line and back up to these zones right here of of resistance. So right now we do have a bearish divergence, and we could be playing out. We could even go higher to test this trend line right here, and if we do, then we can maybe anticipate a breakdown. So what I'm looking at, and this is a hidden bearish divergence, so it's the opposite of a bullish hidden divergence, whereas that we're anticipating we get a lower high and a lower low, confirming the downtrend, right? So, and then we make our way, what we're anticipating is down to these levels, right? So so yeah. So that's that. So remember, when the USDT goes down, Bitcoin and altcoin goes up. All right. So let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. So right now, the Bitcoin dominance, we're currently still fighting with this resistance zone right here, support zone right here, and we're looking to break lower. But currently, we've just been holding it, and we've been bouncing along it. Normally, the more bounces that we have on a support or bounces on support is a higher likelihood of us breaking down. So we've been bouncing on this support zone for a little while, and there is a good likelihood that we'll break down. And I just want to let you guys know, look at the 200-day moving average. So currently the 200-day moving average, we're underneath it, and look how the Bitcoin dominance reacted when it was underneath the 200-day moving average. It just kept going down, right? If we look, oh, sorry, I had some alerts for some trades that I was looking at. So if we look here, anytime we're underneath the 200-day moving average, we continue on a downward trend, right? So up all the way over here, underneath the 200-day, continue downwards, right? So right now, what we're at least anticipating is us getting down to these levels. We have tested it multiple times, and it is an important level from 2018. So if we get down to these levels and break underneath it, that would, I believe, create an epic alt season, for a lot of people holding coins. But as the Bitcoin dominance trends lower, altcoins, while Bitcoin and the while the USDT is going down and Bitcoin dominance is going down, altcoins should be doing a lot better, right? So we did have today the Bitcoin dominance coming down. So you can see some altcoins late last night, early this morning, were doing well, right? So let's look today again at the total 3. So we can look at the total 3 and we can see that we bounced off right now this support zone right here. So we have the support zone here that we bounced off of, and we do have, which I'm seeing right now, is a bullish divergence. So we do have a bullish divergence at the moment. So it would be interesting to see if we find our support here and then make our leg higher to break up higher, to reach the top of the pattern. So our target for the breakout of this flag is over here, right? So we're at least anticipating that the altcoin dominance gets to these levels. So yeah. All right. So sorry about that, guys. So yeah. So let's look at the SPX, so the S&P 500. So right now, if we look at it on the daily time frame, we're currently underneath the 200-day moving average. So like I said, we can anticipate, further downward price action to this level right here, make a inverse head and shoulders, and then head higher, right? But what we want to be careful of is we don't want to get rejected from the 200-day moving average, because if we get rejected and start using it as resistance, we'll start heading lower. So let me pull up the other SPX chart. Yep. So you can see that we have this drawn, and that we could reverse from here. Totally a possibility. That we don't have to come all the way down here. We could be reversing right now, and that'd be the lower high, break the neckline, and then we start heading higher, right? So that could be a possibility. But if we do get into this range, don't be nervous or anything. It's just we're just coming down to where support is, right? So not too big of a deal. All right, so that's it for the Bitcoin price. So I want to look at right now is Ethereum. So Ethereum versus Bitcoin is looking very, very good. So like I said, we broke we had this bullish pattern here. We've broken above it. We've come down, tested, and we're heading higher. Plus, the price action is above the 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, I believe, is very powerful, because normally when price is underneath the 200-day, it normally signifies that price is going to be bearish. So and let's just look at this. Let's just back test and look at this. Anytime that Ethereum gets over the 200-day, normally has a nice price increase, you know. So we got over the 200-day here. We didn't hold though. We did not hold. But normally when Ethereum goes above the 200-day, there's not much of a back test. I'm sure the 200-day would have been like that, right? Versus Bitcoin. So anytime we get above the 200-day, so we're above the 200-day over here. Tested it, stayed above, came back down. As soon as we came back above, tested it again, and then we had a nice parabolic run up. So we're under the 200-day at the moment. Well, we were, and now we are above it, back tested it. So based on history, anytime ETH does get above the 200-day and holds it, we can anticipate a nice price increase. So we're at least anticipating prices to get to this dark orange line. So this is at least our take profit, so it's the top of this pattern. But ETH can definitely move parabolically when price is over the 200-day moving average. So that's something that we can anticipate moving forward. As long as we're above the 200-day, ETH can end up being a beast. And you got to keep in mind that ETH has the merger, I think, within the next 90 days. So it could definitely have an explosive run. So, yeah, so you want to keep that in mind. All right, so that's really it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And tune in next time for the Bitcoin news, altcoin news, and just where this market's headed in general. Thank you. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Take care.